Hey Classifieds fans, welcome back. Today we're jumping into a journey across cultures as we explore some of the most influential ethnic groups that have shaped entire regions of America and beyond. Understanding who these communities are and how their identities formed gives you powerful insight into the story of human civilization. If you love learning big ideas in simple, fast, and engaging ways, smash that like button. And if you want more sharp, high-impact lessons just like this, make sure you hit subscribe. Let's dive in and uncover the incredible cultural forces that help shape our world.
The Americas are home to a diverse population, and one of the most prominent groups is people of European descent, often referred to as white or Caucasian. This group traces its ancestry primarily to various regions of Europe, including Northern, Southern, Eastern, and Western Europe. Their presence in the Americas is largely the result of extensive migration that began many centuries ago, as European explorers, settlers, and later immigrants crossed the Atlantic seeking new opportunities, land, and sometimes refuge from political, religious, or economic pressures in their homelands. Over time, these populations established communities across North and South America, blending their cultures, languages, and traditions with those of indigenous peoples and later waves of immigrants from other parts of the world. People of European descent in the Americas often share certain cultural traits rooted in their ancestral origins, including languages, religious practices, and customs, although these have evolved in unique ways in different countries and regions. In North America, this group played a central role in shaping early political structures, urban development, and social norms, while also contributing to artistic, scientific, and technological advances. In South America, European-descended communities similarly influenced cultural, economic, and political life, blending with local traditions to create distinct national identities. Despite their significant influence, their history in the Americas is intertwined with complex interactions with indigenous peoples and African-descended populations, including periods of colonization, conflict, and cooperation, which have profoundly shaped societal structures and demographics. Today, people of European descent in the Americas are culturally and socially diverse, reflecting a wide range of backgrounds from Italian, Irish, German, Spanish, Portuguese, and countless other European lineages. They often maintain connections to their ancestral heritage through language, cuisine, festivals, and familial traditions, even as they participate fully in the broader social, economic, and political life of their countries. This group continues to play a significant role in shaping contemporary culture, while also contributing to the ongoing dialogue about identity, history, and diversity within the Americas. Their story is one of migration, adaptation, and cultural fusion, reflecting both the opportunities and challenges of life in a land marked by continuous change and the meeting of many peoples. Other group is Mestizos, sometimes referred to as Pardos in certain regions, represent a large and culturally significant group whose identity is rooted in the blending of indigenous and European ancestry. This population emerged as European settlers and indigenous peoples came into contact and formed families over many generations. The resulting communities embody a mixture of cultural, linguistic, and genetic heritage that reflects both their European and indigenous roots. Mestizos are particularly prominent in regions where European colonization was extensive and indigenous populations remained sizable, leading to complex social and cultural interactions. The identity of Mestizos or Pardos is not defined solely by ancestry, but also by shared cultural practices, language, and traditions that draw from both European and indigenous sources. In everyday life, this might be expressed through local cuisine that blends indigenous ingredients with European culinary techniques, festivals that incorporate traditions from both heritages, and languages that often mix European tongues with indigenous words and expressions. Their history is marked by adaptation and resilience, as these communities navigated social hierarchies established during colonial periods and later participated in the development of modern nations across the Americas. Today, Mestizos and Pardos are a highly diverse group, with differences in physical appearance, cultural practices, and social experiences, reflecting the unique combinations of ancestry in different regions. They often serve as a bridge between indigenous and European-descended communities, contributing to national culture while also maintaining links to the traditions of both ancestral lines. Their story is one of continuous blending and negotiation of identity, highlighting the rich complexity of the Americas' social fabric and the ways in which multiple heritages have come together to shape the character of entire nations. In the Americas, people of African descent form a vital and deeply influential part of the population, with their roots tracing back to the forced migration of African peoples during the transatlantic slave trade. Over centuries, millions of Africans were brought to the Americas under brutal conditions, primarily to work on plantations and in mines, and their descendants became integral to the social, cultural, and economic development of the continent. Despite enduring oppression, exploitation, and systemic discrimination for generations, African-descended communities preserved and transformed elements of their ancestral cultures, creating rich traditions that continue to shape life in the Americas today.
Yet another group is Indigenous peoples represent the original inhabitants of the land, with histories and cultures that predate European arrival by thousands of years. These communities are incredibly diverse, encompassing countless distinct nations, tribes, and linguistic groups, each with its own traditions, social structures, and ways of life. Indigenous peoples developed sophisticated systems of agriculture, trade, governance, and spirituality, deeply connected to the natural environment and the cycles of the land, rivers, and forests around them. Their knowledge of local ecosystems, medicinal plants, and sustainable practices reflects centuries of adaptation and intimate understanding of their homelands. The arrival of European settlers dramatically altered the lives of indigenous communities, as colonization brought new diseases, displacement, and violent conflicts, often decimating populations and disrupting traditional ways of life. Despite these challenges, indigenous peoples have maintained their cultural identity, preserving languages, customs, ceremonies, and oral histories that continue to guide and inspire their communities. In many regions, indigenous heritage has influenced broader society, contributing to art, agriculture, cuisine, and knowledge systems, even as indigenous peoples have fought to protect their rights, lands, and autonomy. Today, indigenous communities in the Americas are diverse and resilient, balancing the preservation of ancestral traditions with engagement in modern society. They participate actively in education, politics, and cultural life while maintaining sacred practices, festivals, and languages that connect them to their heritage. Their story is one of survival, continuity, and adaptation, demonstrating a profound connection to the land and a lasting influence on the cultural, social, and environmental fabric of the Americas. Indigenous peoples remain a vital and living part of the continent's identity, embodying histories and perspectives that enrich the Americas' diversity and depth. In the Americas, people of Asian descent form a vibrant and growing part of the population, tracing their ancestry to migrations from various regions of Asia, including East Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. These migrations occurred over many centuries, initially through small waves of settlers and laborers who arrived seeking economic opportunities, work on railroads and plantations, or refuge from political and social upheaval in their home countries. Over time, Asian communities established themselves in cities, towns, and rural areas, contributing to the social, economic, and cultural development of the Americas, while maintaining strong ties to their ancestral traditions. People of Asian descent bring a rich tapestry of languages, religions, and cultural practices to the Americas. Their influence can be seen in diverse culinary traditions, artistic expressions, festivals, and family structures that blend ancestral heritage with local customs. Communities often form close-knit networks that preserve language, education, and religious practices while simultaneously participating in the broader society. Across generations, Asian-descended populations have significantly contributed to business, science, technology, the arts, and public life, enriching the cultural and economic landscape of the Americas. Today, Asian-descended communities are highly diverse, reflecting the many regions and cultures of Asia. They navigate the balance between preserving ancestral identity and integrating into wider society, often serving as cultural bridges that connect the Americas with Asian traditions, philosophies, and innovations. Their story is one of migration, adaptation, and resilience, highlighting the enduring impact of Asian heritage on the Americas' multicultural identity and the continuing ways in which these communities shape the cultural, social, and economic life of the continent. Thanks so much for spending your time learning with me today.
If this breakdown helped you understand the topic more clearly, go ahead and tap that like button. It really supports the channel. And if you want more fast, powerful lessons delivered straight to you, don't forget to hit subscribe. Your support keeps Class Bites growing, and I appreciate every one of you. See you in the next video.